Hi guys, this is Niba Wanebunju, former high school teacher, and you're welcome to Learning with Richie. On this channel, we talk about immigration issues such as how to look for employment opportunities and educational opportunities abroad. I also share with you my lifestyle as an international student in Canada. If you are new to this channel, you're very welcome. Please click the subscription button and also smash the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video you'll be notified. And if you are a returning viewer, I want to thank you so much for the love and everything you have shown me. I appreciate the comment you've been putting on the comment section. It is based on some of those comments that I'm able to decide on which area to make other videos. And I want to thank you so much for keeping the conversation going. I encourage you to come on board. Let's have these exchanges, and together we can build each other. So please, if you find this content interesting, please do not consume alone. Share with others so we can have this conversation going. So that said, in today's video, I will be talking to you about a list of 15 Canadian universities which are the most affordable universities as far as post-secondary education is concerned in Canada. There is a stereotype, like most people always believe like post-secondary education in Canada is so expensive, and sometimes they shy away from applying to Canadian institutions because they believe that the tuition is just so high that they cannot afford. But when we compare most Canadian universities to those in the United States, those in Australia, those in the United Kingdom and Europe, we will find that Canada offers some of the institutions in Canada, their tuition are far more affordable. So guys, hang around and I will take you down to see the list of these institutions. If you are interested in making an application to a Canadian institution, guys, you want to go through this list to see the 15 institutions where you can kind of like apply to. So the list I have constituted, I have taken into consideration postgraduate or graduate studies. So I have not concentrated with on bachelor's degree or undergraduate studies, but I have looked for these universities based on postgraduate studies. So these are institutions where they will give you tuition in terms of graduate programs, and these 15 are the most affordable you will find anywhere in Canada. So guys, hang around and I will take you through the website, and we'll see these institutions, and I'll be telling you how much it will entail or how much you will require to be able to study in some of these institutions. So hang around as I take you down and we'll diagnose these institutions one after the other, and we will talk about their tuition. So on this particular channel, I'm here to share with you today some top universities in Canada which are the most affordable universities for graduate studies. So rank in ascending order in terms of their tuition. So the universities, the first university here is the one with the cheapest tuition as far as postgraduate studies are concerned in Canada. So these universities are the first, like, I will just give the names of the universities and then we will go down to like discuss on maybe how much fees these universities do charge, and then you'll see, and maybe if you are curious you can search other universities in Canada and you compare their tuition to the tuition that I will highlight in this particular list. So the first one, in terms of like, remember I'm not looking at undergraduate studies, because like undergraduate studies, the tuition for undergraduate studies is very different. So I'm looking at graduate studies, like universities that offer graduate programs. So the first, in terms of like tuition when it comes to like cheap tuition in Canada is the Memorial University of Newfoundland. We also have University of Northern British Columbia. We have Fraser University, Mount Allison University, University of Saskatchewan, University of Waterloo, University of the Gulf, Mcmasters University, University of Toronto, University of Calgary, University of Regina. We have the University of British Columbia, and we have the University of Prince Edward Island, University of Montreal, and University of Laval. So now we're looking at, I will take you down, let's look at how much does it cost to do like how much does it cost a student who is kind of like enrolled in each of these universities, and we will see. So when we come here for the Memorial University of Newfoundland for undergraduate programs, remember, like I said, these ones will be, I'm sure the ranking is in terms of the graduate program, because remember, tuition for undergraduate programs are expensive. Like, so for Memorial University Newfoundland, for Canadian undergraduate students, they pay $2,500 to $3,300 annually, and international students pay $11,460. So you can imagine the amount of this. Like for those of you who are in Cameroon, you can take this amount and multiply by 400, and let's just say 430 is going to give you the amount for tuition at the year. So, but what piques my attention is the tuition for graduate studies. When you look at the graduate program down here, like graduating Canadian students, it's $1,900 to $3,700, and international graduate students in Memorial University of Newfoundland is $3,200 to $4,800. Guys, this is one of the cheapest universities as far as graduate studies are concerned in this Canada you will ever find. It is very, very cheap. Most of them, you have their tuition from $10,000 annually going upward, $10,000 and above. But here you see what the tuition is far down there. It's below $5,000. So we come to University of Northern British Columbia. For their Canadian undergraduate students, it's $5,600, and international student, they pay $22,000. You see what I was saying? Look at 22,000, 5,000. So when you compare the 22,000 here and the 11,000 above, you see that it's almost like the tuition for undergraduate studies in this university is double that of Memorial University. That's why I say that Memorial University is one of the cheapest so far. Now, but our interest now is at the level of a graduate degree. So you see the graduate degrees here for University of Northern British Columbia. They charge the same for international and local students. It's $3,400 and like $3,500. So which is very affordable. So if you're looking for a university to do graduate studies, you should kind of like put these universities on your list, check their admission date, and see what if the admission dates are still open. There you can make your application. The next one that is of special interest to me, I will not be looking at the undergraduate tuition. I'll just concentrate on the graduate. So we look at Simon Fraser University, and we see that Canadian graduate is $3,900 and international student is $3,900. So here for the Simon Fraser University, there's no discrimination between a national and international student. So that the international student differential fee has been waived in these universities. Then we'll look at Mount Allison University. So you see Canadian students, for graduate students, they pay $5,000, and international graduate students, they still pay the same amount. So there is no international graduate student fee differential. We go to University of Saskatchewan. University of Saskatchewan graduate students, Canadians, they pay $2,000, and international students pay $5,000. So $5,000 annually for international tuition is still very, very cheap. So you might consider checking University of Saskatchewan. We look at University of Waterloo. University of Waterloo for the local students and for graduate studies is $3,500. and for international students, graduate studies, it's 4,200. And you look at it, it's 4,200 to 14,000. So you probably want to check what you want to go to their website and check what the tuition for your particular for the course that you're interested in will be, and see that maybe the tuition falls within your budget before applying. Because it's not just what you're applying for any program. First of all, there are so many things that you have to consider when you're applying for a program. You need to check the tuition, and you have to set the tuition in mind, like how much tuition am I able to cover, like what is the amount of tuition that if I find a program and that is offering that tuition, I will be able to go in for that. So you don't just go online to make an application, but you want to check the tuition. So that is the reason why I'm sharing this particular video, why I've highlighted the universities that we have in Canada, those that offer kind of like reasonably cheap tuition compared to others, for you to go through them and see how you can make your comparison and make a decision. So we have University of the Gulf, and for their international student is 5,600, but their postgraduate or graduate student compared to 4,500 for local students. And then we have Mcmasters University, and their international students, they pay from 6,000 to 17,000. So again, you want to check, there might be some programs that are 6,000 and there might be some of them that are far up to 17,000. So you want to check to make sure like the amount that you have there is something that is within your budget. Again, for University of Toronto, we have 6,200, just like the local, to 42,000. So again, you want to check, there might be some programs that are relatively cheaper compared to others, but I suspect here when you look at like University of Toronto business programs, they will be very expensive. So you just check and see what you have. And then for University of Calgary, it range from 8,000 to 19,000. So again, if it's 8,000, you might consider a program tuition for a year 8,000. But if it's like one that goes 19,000, I don't know, unless you are very financially viable, will you be able to consider some of those programs. So University of Regina is 8,000. So the tuition for international students for graduate program is 8,000. And University of British Columbia, we have international students who pay 9,000. And we have University of Prince Edward Island, they pay their international students still pay 9,000, and 9,000 to 15,000. And the University of Montreal, the international graduate program is 16,000 to 18,000. So this one it's kind of like a bit expensive. And we have University of Laval, again it's a bit expensive. So guys, these are some of those top, like some of the popular universities in Canada, especially with kind of like the classification of these universities here is based on their tuition, especially for graduate program. So if you're considering looking for a graduate program in Canada, the list of universities I have made mention of, you might want to consider, you might want to check that to see if it's the tuition that is offered there, it's something that you can afford. They can go ahead and make your application to these schools. So guys, thank you so much, and always remember to share my videos, share with other people. Remember, our objective on this particular channel is to help to share information, to bridge that information gap, share information with each other so we can grow together. So if you've been able to benefit from the information that I'm putting on this channel, you can talk to some other persons about this channel, get them subscribed to the channel. You can as well share the information that we're having to other people who you think who might need this information. Thank you so much, guys. And if you have any questions or observations, please leave those questions in the comment section and we will address them. And if you have particular things you want me to talk about subsequently, you can also leave your suggestions in comment section. I will get them and then we can take on something else. Thank you so much and have a great time.